Just when you think we're done getting news and updates on the future of the MCU, they really said, man, you know what, here go two more for you. If you didn't think this news could get any crazier, we just got some insane updates on a whole bunch of upcoming MCU projects like Black Panther 3, a Blade movie, a potential Midnight Suns, casting news for the MCU X-Men reboot movie, Avengers Doomsday updates, and so much more. And you know me, if I start seeing dots, I'm gonna start connecting them. And I'm gonna give this news 4 big dooms. Doom, 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 doom. But either way, me and you know what we gotta do. We gotta talk about it. And boom, you looking for this? And this news comes to us from Variety, who posted an article today detailing the future of the MCU at large, and they revealed some pretty interesting details. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Casting for the X-Men reboot movie will begin soon, which is something that we kind of already knew, since we know that director Jake Schreier, who directed Thunderbolts, is going to be directing X-Men, which was officially confirmed by Kevin Feige. But we also know that this film is set to come out after Secret Wars. But Variety gave us some details on Marvel Studios' approach to casting the new X-Men. They're going to be looking for younger talent that aren't A-listers, which mainly is to keep the cost down. And I think that makes a whole lot of sense. The timing is crazy because legit, so many people the other day said, you know what, Sammy, you would make a great MCU Wolverine.
No. Oh my goodness, Valentine!
No,
whoa,
no.
That is not the shot.
Been in a lot of wars, bub. But I definitely think this makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, obviously for financial purposes, but this is how the MCU essentially started. It's tough to see now because all the names are such big actors. But at the time, people like Chris Hemsworth was an unknown, Tom Hiddleston an unknown, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. were all trying to make a comeback into Hollywood. The most successful actors in the first phase of the MCU was like Ed Norton, who got recast, Sam Jackson, and ScarJo. And you're going to want to start casting younger talent because you know they're going to be locked up for another 10 plus years in this contract. But now the question becomes, how young? Are we looking at teenagers or are we looking at mid-20s? I know I made the Wolverine joke earlier, but let's chill on Wolverine for a little bit and just introduce us to the classic X-Men team. But either way, whenever this movie comes out, I can't wait to... Moving on, we also got some very interesting details about Avengers Doomsday and a lot of the actors' roles, mainly Pedro Pascal. Now, about a week ago, it was reported that he was going to be the lead of the Avengers, which a lot of people took as the leader of the Avengers, which no. Today, Variety shed a little bit of light on that news, and they did report that Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards is going to have an integral role in Doomsday, which, duh, he's probably going to be the one that figures out a way to make interdimensional travel possible, and he has a key role in the Secret Wars storyline from Jonathan Hickman, so I think it just makes a whole lot of sense that the smartest man in the world would know what to do. But something else Variety said was that Reed Richards is set to not be one of the leads in Doomsday, so it's kind of contradictory, but I think it makes sense. I think the lead of Doomsday is going to be Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. And the other co-leads are probably going to be like Chris Hemsworth's Thor, Reed Richards, and Sam Wilson's Captain America, if I had to guess. But moving on to the MCU's Blade movie, Variety reported that Marvel Studios is in no rush to make a Blade movie. Yeah, we know. It's been 6 years since you guys announced Mahershala Ali was going to be playing Blade, and all we've had is his voice in Eternals. Like, it's still crazy that they have a 2-time Oscar-winning actor in Mahershala Ali and haven't done anything with Blade. Because, dog, how hard is it to make a Blade film? By the time we get it, Mahershala Ali is going to be 50. But I'm not mad. As long as you deliver us a good film, I'm going to be happy regardless. But what I also think and hope this means is that we get a focus on the supernatural side of Marvel Comics and the MCU at large in the next phase after Secret Wars. There's already been reports that they're going to be working on a Midnight Suns film, which I think makes a whole lot of sense.